Good evening, all of you. Before starting the session, let us course overview, please. And before start the session, let us so what is an exactly agenda? First, let us fix our agenda. Then we can continue. So today, so we're going to be discussing about what is AWS and what is a difference between DevOps versus AWS. That is an exactly class for today. In tomorrow means whatever yesterday we have discussed. What is DevOps? We understood in the last demo class, last session, what we have conducted in the yesterday session. We understood very clearly what is DevOps. Today, what is the focus? So today we're going to be discussing about what is AWS and what is the difference between DevOps and AWS, which we are going to be discussing for today. But some of the new students are joined. Let them get benefit. So for them, so please revise one more time what is an exactly DevOps within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So let me revise one more time. What is the DevOps within 10 minutes? Then we will move forwarding into the what is AWS and what is the difference between DevOps and AWS. We're going to be conclude by end of this session. That is an exactly our agenda. Okay. So before start the session, I have 3 questions which I asked yesterday. The same questions. I'm going to be ask you one more time. What is an exactly application? What is application? What is an application, guys, please? The working software which is written any programming language like Java, .NET, Python, which we are calling as an application. Okay. That application we gonna be placed on server side. We're gonna be placed on server side. So once if it is placed on server side, we can access our internet once if it is placed on server side. We can access our internet as a website, whether it is working or not. We're gonna be there. Okay, so I'll repeat one more time. What is an application? The working software which is written any programming language we call as an application. That application we're gonna be placed on server side. Once if it is placed on server side, we can access our internet as a website. Okay. What about SDLC? SDLC is a software development lifecycle. Software development lifecycle. In SDLC, we have several stages and several phases. Several stages and several phases like analysis, like design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. We have a several stages and several phases. By following these are all the stages, we can able to do business in internet like Flipkart or Amazon, book my show. Okay. But if you want to build a Flipkart kind of application, okay, how exactly we can? So by following this SDLC stages, we can able to build a Flipkart kind of application by following these are all the stages. What are the first stage? Analysis, then design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. So, for example, if you want to build a Flipkart kind of application, like a Redbus kind of application, like a BookMy kind of application, what are the first step, please? Gathering information from the client. How exactly this business? What are the registration, login page, payment gateway? What is an exactly the business model? What is an exactly client requirement? What is an exactly client's expectation? And each and everything will be gathered based on gathering information. Based on gathering information, it will be analysis. Once if it is analysis, our architects will be designed. Our architects will be our architects will be design. Design is nothing but a plan. Design is nothing but a plan. According to the planning, developers, our developers will written the lines of code by using Java, .NET, Python, whatever may. Got it very clear. But once if it is written the lines of code, whether it is working or not, our testers will be verified the functionality. And once if it is verified, we're going to be placed on our application on hundreds of servers, which you are calling as what? Deployment. Once if it is deployed, we can able to access our internet as a website. Whether it is working or not, we're going to be monitor and maintenance. This entire process, which we are calling as what? SDLC, software development lifecycle. So if you are in this SDLC process, if you are a software engineer directly or indirectly, you are part of this software development lifecycle. Maybe if you are a developer, if you are a developer can write the lines of code. If you are a tester, can verify the functionality. But if it is a DevOps engineer, what exactly case, please? If you are a DevOps engineer, what exactly you are gonna be? Let us try to understand. Yes, please. So DEV is nothing but what? Development. OPS is nothing but what? Operation. So DEV is nothing but what? Development. OPS is nothing but what? Operation. The combination of software development plus operation is nothing but what? DevOps. Is nothing but what? DevOps. DevOps plus operation, which we are calling as what? DevOps. Which we are calling as what? DevOps. That means what exactly? Our roles and responsibilities start from as a DevOps engineer, from dev environment to operations. From dev environment to operations, please. That means what exactly? We are part of coding, build, test, release, deploy, operation, and monitor. But to be frankly, we are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be in implementing an automated process from dev environment to operation. That is exactly our DevOps. Tell me, is DevOps is a technology? No, DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a process. Which process? DevOps is an automated process. DevOps is an automated process. DevOps is an automated process. So usually, what will happen, guys, please? The developers are keep on writing the lines of code. These lines of code we're gonna be delivering into the production environment within a shortest time with high quality, with low cost is nothing but what DevOps process. But as a DevOps engineer, what exactly our major goal is? Please tell me. We're gonna be replacing with what complex pipeline with what transparent pipeline. So what is an exactly complex pipeline? Our SDLC is a complex pipeline. So our DevOps process is a transparent pipeline. Sir, why we are replacing with complex pipeline with the transparent pipeline? Because of this SDLC is a manual process. From analysis to design, design to implementation, implementation testing, testing to deploy, deploy to maintenance. It is a manual process. It is a manual process. Due to this manual process, if we got an issue, any problem in middle of the process, for identification, it will take long time. For resolving issue also, it will take long time. Clear all of it. Understood very clearly. That means what exactly? That means what exactly? Cost will be increased, the quality will be decreased. Cost will be increased, the quality will be decreased. So that's the reason we are gonna be replacing with what our a complex pipeline with what DevOps an automated process. So due to this in automation, due to this transparent, due to this in automation, due to this transparent. So if you got, even though if you got an error, any problem, easily we can able to rectify, and as soon as possible we can able to resolve the issue. That means what exactly? So cost is reduced and quality will be increased. So that is the reason. So we're going to be replacing with what? Complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. But actual DevOps transparent pipeline is look like this. In this DevOps transparent pipeline, we have a plan, coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, and operation. In this DevOps process, our roles and responsibilities start from dev environment, ends with what? Operation. That means we're part of coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, and operations. And operations, guys, please. But to be frankly, we are not part of planning. We are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are gonna be in implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. An automated DevOps transparent pipeline. But how exactly we can able to implement? How exactly we can able to implement? By helping of these are all the tools. Which are all the tools which we are gonna be using? We're gonna be using Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, SonarQube, Ansible, and Chef, AWS, Docker, Kubernetes, Vagrant, Negios, and Elk. And Elk. So, and by using Terraform. So by using Terraform, by helping of these all the tools, we can able to implement an automated DevOps transparent pipeline from dev environment to operations. How exactly it is? Let us try to understand step by step. So we're going to be start with what? Git. Git is a version control. So in dev environment, the n number of developers are writing the lines of continuously. The all developer source code as a DevOps engineer, we're going to be maintenance in a version wide in a repository wise. Once if it is maintained, the lines of code that should be executed by helping of Maven. Maven is a build tool, either on Git and Maven. We can able to implement an automated process by helping of Jenkins. Jenkins is a CI tool. By helping of Jenkins, we can able to integrate a continuously all developer source code, and we're gonna be execute test cases, making working software and continuously deliver into the release. Release is nothing but what exactly? JFrog. And we're gonna be using what exactly? SonarQube. SonarQube is a code analyzer. By helping of SonarQube, we can able to by helping of SonarQube, we can able to analysis all developer lines of code, and it will be give a statistics and reports. Okay, so by using it, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, and SonarQube, we can able to and implement CI/CD, continuous integration, making working software, and continuous delivery. Continuous a delivery case, please. Continuous a delivery. Continuous delivery. Once if it is an implement CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, and we're gonna be deploying our applications. We're gonna be deploying our applications on hundreds of servers. These hundreds of servers, one, two, three, four, five, 600. These hundreds of servers, we can able to an automate by helping of configuration management. What is a configuration management? Replacing a configuration process with an automated process on hundreds of servers at a time. But which are all the tools are supporting? Ansible is gonna be we're gonna be learning, and Chef we're gonna be learning. Ansible is a push model. Sorry. Ansible is a push model. Chef is a pull model. One push model we're gonna be learning, one pull model we're gonna be learning. The question is, these hundreds of servers from where exactly we can able to get it? From AWS, either from physical environment or from virtual environment or from cloud environment. But which cloud we're gonna be learning? AWS, Amazon Web Services. So I'll repeat one more time. By helping of AWS, we can able to get hundreds of servers. These hundreds of servers we can automate by helping of Ansible or Chef. Not only deploying our applications on AWS, we can deploy our applications on Docker containers also. Docker container is an isolated area. Docker container is an isolated area which you can place our websites very easily with low cost with high performance. These Docker containers we can able to manage or control by the Kubernetes. And we're going to be learning Vagrant. Vagrant is a virtual provisioning tool. By helping of Vagrant, easily creating a virtual machines in your laptop. And we're going to be learning Nagios. Nagios is a system monitoring. By helping of Nagios, we can able to monitor our servers, whether it is down or up, what is the RAM, what is the CPU, what are the user load, each and everything will be monitored. And we're going to be learning elk elastic log stack schema. By helping of elk, we can able to monitor our applications. How exactly it is performance, like Flipkart. Each and every action internally generating logs. Those logs will be monitored. And top of it will be statistics and analytics. And we're going to be learning Terraform. Terraform is a cross cloud platform. By helping of Terraform, we can able to create infrastructure in any cloud, either Azure or AWS or Google. It is a cross cloud platform. See, I'll repeat. By helping of Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, SonarQube, Ansible, Chef, AWS, Docker, Kubernetes, Vagrant, Negias, Elk, and Terraform, we can able to implement an automated DevOps process. An automated DevOps process. An automated DevOps process. I hope you understood very clearly. But while we implementing this DevOps and automated process, we required infrastructure. What we required? Infrastructure. Tell me, what is infrastructure? What is infrastructure? What is infrastructure? Okay. So answer to me this question. Answer this question. What is an application? I asked in the beginning of the class, in the beginning of the session, I ask you this question, please. Anybody help me? What is an application? Application is equal to what exactly? Anybody help me? Please. Anybody help me in the chat box? Application is nothing but what? Website, simply. A software, working software, which is written in any programming language, we call as an application. Okay, that's we are calling as what? Website also. But the question is, for maintaining this application, for placing these websites, what kind of infrastructure is required? Majorly, servers are required, networks are required, database is required, storage is required, and so on. And so on, please. And so these are all major infrastructure is required for maintaining our websites, for deploying our websites. So to understand, for example, in layman way, so to conduct this DevOps class, what kind of infrastructure we require? Laptop, internet connection, chairs, tables, fans, lights, AC. So these are all infrastructure required to conduct this DevOps class or not. The same way, for maintaining this application, so we require this major infrastructure. But the question is, how many ways to get infrastructure? How many ways we can able to get infrastructure? We can able to get this infrastructure either physical form or virtual form or from cloud environment. So either physical environment or virtual environment or a cloud environment. The two specifically, the question is, what is exactly cloud? But to specifically, what is a cloud computing? What is it? Cloud computing, please. So before understanding what is a cloud computing, we should understand what is an exactly data center. What is a data center, please? The huge computing power, keeping in a rack wise in a big room, we calling as a data center. These data centers are located in a different geographical locations, guys, please. Different geographical locations, guys, please. A different geographical locations, guys, please. Like in Hyderabad, in Mumbai, somewhere else, the data centers are located. Amazon, the data centers are located in throughout the globe. Even Hyderabad also we have. So whatever infrastructure, this infrastructure means the data centers are expanded in a region wide, in a in a in a like Hyderabad, in a Mumbai, in Chennai, in somewhere else, UK, US, in remote places. From these data centers, from these data centers, from these data centers, if we can access, if we can access the infrastructure over internet from a laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. What is the cloud computing? Please, anybody help me? What is the cloud computing? Anybody help me? If you can access, what is the cloud computing? Listen very carefully. What is the data center first? The data center is nothing but what? The huge computing power keeping in a rack was in a big room we calling as a data center. These data centers are located in different geographical locations. But what is a cloud computing? If you can access from this, the remote placed resources, if you can access over internet from a laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. Repeat one more time. The remote placed resources such as servers, network, storage, databases, if we can access our internet from a laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. That cloud is a rental-based infrastructure. Any cloud, either Azure, AWS, any cloud is a rental-based infrastructure. But my question is, for example, for deploying, for maintenance of a Flipkart, any kind of website, we require this infrastructure. This infrastructure, for maintaining this infrastructure, for maintaining this infrastructure, for maintaining this infrastructure, how exactly we can able to get this? How exactly you can able to get this infrastructure? Either you can able to buy and maintenance. And second way is what? Get it as a rental and based on usage, we're going to be pay rent, which is easy for you, please, just for placing or maintaining our websites. What kind of infrastructure required? This infrastructure, whether you are going to be whether you are going to be buy and maintain or get it and use it at parent, which is easy for you, please. Build and then use and select the news, which is easy for you, please. Please, anybody help me in the chat box? Which is easy for you? Select the news. So, just for deploying our application, what kind of infrastructure we require? We can able to get it from cloud as a rental base. Based on usage, we're going to be pay rent. So, for example, let's say, so you want to go to railway station from your home. Okay. So how exactly you can able to reach your railway station by car? So you can able to get a car two ways, and either by buying a car or rental car, which is easy for you just for reaching a railway station. Are you buying a new car or else book a rental car, Ola, Ubora? Definitely rental car only, right? Yes, definitely a rental car only. The same way, just for deploying our Flipkart kind of application, what kind of infrastructure required, we can able to get it from cloud and based on usage, we're going to be parent. This is what exactly for cloud. But how many cloud providers are available in the market? So many. But which are the leading edge, please? AWS, Azure, and Google. And Google. Which are all? AWS, Google, and Azure AWS. But which cloud we gonna be learning? Amazon Web Services. AWS cloud we gonna be learning. But in AWS, how many models which we are gonna be learning? VPC model we gonna be learning, EC2 model we gonna be learning, RDS model we gonna be learning, S3 model we gonna be learning. So VPC is nothing but what exactly, please? VPC is nothing but a network. EC2 is nothing but a servers. RDS is nothing but a database. S3 is nothing but a storage. So I'll repeat one more time. Anybody help me? VPC is equal to network. EC2 is equal to servers. RDS is equal to database. S3 is equal to storage. So what kind of infrastructure we require for deploying and maintaining websites? Can we able to get it from cloud or not? Yes or no? But on top of this infrastructure, we can able to implement our DevOps process also. Yeah. But let us try to understand. Let us try to understand what is an exactly VPC, EC2, RDS, and S3. Let us try to understand one by one each and every one. Let us start with what exactly? VPC. What is the VPC? Virtual Private Cloud. So, how exactly your office kind of a private and isolated office kind of network, the same kind of network we can able to get it over a internet, over a internet, over a internet, over internet. So from remote place in a virtual form is nothing but what? VPC. I'll repeat one more time. An isolated, a private network, we can able to get it from remote place over internet in a virtual form is nothing but what? VPC, virtual private cloud. By using VPC, we can able to create n number of networks. This is your network, this is my network, this is my friend's network. We can able to get it. N number of networks we can able to create. Anybody can getting into the AWS. Anybody can getting into the AWS. But after successfully getting into the AWS, you can able to access your resources only, but other resources you can't be accessed. For example, you are gonna be using a Gmail. Anybody can able to getting into the Gmail or not? Yes, that means what? Can able to see all your mails, means can able to see my mails. Maybe I'm gonna be logging into my Gmail. That means what? Can able to access can able to see your emails? No, it is not possible. It is completely secure. That same way, anybody can able to getting into the AWS, and you can able to access your resources, but not been access other resources, because if it is a completely secure. It is a completely secure. So a virtual private cloud is a private section of AWS where we can able to place resources, and who can access, who can't be accessed. We're going to be writing a rules and regulations. Got it. And we're going to be learning EC2 also, Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. By helping of EC2. What is the meaning of EC2, please? So a computing power, like, RAM, CPU, operating system, this is we calling as what? A computing power. This computing power, if we can access over internet, means cloud means internet, in a flexible manner, means increasing, decreasing, a flexible kind of computing power, if we can access over internet from remote place, is nothing but what? EC2 means what? 1E, 2 Cs. That's what we're calling as EC2. By helping of EC2, we can able to create servers. Server is just like your laptop, which are all the components available. like CPU, operating system, hard disk, RAM, firewall, the same components which we are going to be using server also, but your laptop is just for home purpose, but server is for deploying our websites. So to understand, I'll give one example, you can much clarification. So for example, a hardware kind of application, maybe a Netflix kind of application. If you want to deploy, how exactly you can, what are the first step, please? First, we need to establish what network. First, we need to establish what? Network. First, we need to establish what? Network. First, we need to establish what? Network. On top of, we're going to be creating a server. On top of the server, the Netflix application we can able to place. Once if it is placed our Netflix application, we can access, we can access our internet as a website like this. Got it? But point is, but where exactly we can able to store customer information, login information, subscription information, where exactly you can maintain on databases like RDS, relational database services. By helping of RDS, by helping of RDS, we can able to, we can able to, we can able to create a database and we can able to insert our customer information in a table structure. It's okay. But what are the purpose we are using Netflix? For watching movies, web series, whatever maybe. So if it is a more than a 3 GB of a larger video file, can able to inserting into the database? No, not possible. That's the reason we are shifting into the, we are going to be using what exactly? So simple storage service, S3, 3 S's, 1, 2, 3. Totally how many S's? 3 S's. Simple storage services. By helping of S3, by helping of S3, by helping of S3, we can able to upload or a download any kind of file over internet. It is an online bucket. It's an exactly online bucket. By helping of S3, we can able to handle any file over internet, just like a Google Drive. How you are handling Google Drive, how we are uploading files, how exactly downloading files to Google Drive. Same way, you can able to do it in S3 bucket. The best example for S3 bucket itself, this google.com, this PPT presentation itself, an example of S3 bucket because of this is coming from Google, not from laptop. Okay, so I hope you understood very clearly. So by helping of AWS, what kind of infrastructure is required for deploying our application? We can able to get it from our cloud, either network or a servers or a databases or a storage. Okay, on top of this infrastructure, we can able to implement an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. Okay, so while implementing this DevOps process, we can able to use which infrastructure? AWS infrastructure. While we implementing this is this DevOps and automated process, we're going to be deploying our application from dev environment to operation. While we delivering our working software from dev environment to operation, make sure whether we're going to be delivering working software within a shortest time, with high quality, with low cost, and with low failure rate, is nothing but what DevOps. So simply I address you, please. So AWS is a infrastructure provider. Means ours, whatever infrastructure. On top of this infrastructure, by using DevOps process, easily we can able to deploy our a Flipkart kind of application very easily. So within automation is nothing but what? DevOps process. So I hope you people are understands very clearly what is in exactly DevOps, what is in exactly AWS. We understood very clearly. And before taking your questions, and let us revise one more time our course overview for today. So totally it is around maybe 5 months plus duration and 5 months plus duration. In this 5 months of the plus duration, how many courses? Totally two. One is complete DevOps, another is what? Complete AWS administration. If you want to join in this course, you require some prerequisition. Which are all those guys, please? Linux basics required and shell script required. That I will be covered, don't worry. No programming, Java, .NET, Python is not required. Is not required. You require a laptop with this minimal configuration for daily practice. Freshers can join in this course. Experienced students can join in this course. Any graduate can also join in this course. Daily recordings after the payment, you are going to be receiving, yeah, via Google Drive. From date of registration, you're going to be accessing up to 11 months. Resume preparation, entry question and answers, for live real-time projects, 80% of soft materials I'm going to be providing with you. Our course starts with very basic level, finish with what exactly an advanced level. Okay. Each and every class practical implemented in front of you that you need to practice in your laptop. After completion of course, you will receive one certificate. Daily 1 hour class. So 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. The classes are Monday to Saturday. There is no classes on Sunday. Sunday is a completely holiday. You're going to be paying 12,000 rupees for complete DevOps, complete AWS for daily recordings. So if you want to talk to admin regarding for fees and whatever may be, please talk to this number, and for all WhatsApp, whatever the query, whatever your things, please be WhatsApp first, then you can able to call also 9297 And this is my course content link. And if you copy paste in any browser, if you copy paste in any browser, if you copy paste in any browser, you can able to see this. DevOps content, 20 pages of DevOps content, 10 pages of AWS content. You can able to see, you can able to find. I'm going to be share this information. Please be get it out from the chat box. Just to be double click on it. Just to be double click on it. And you can able to open the link and you can able to see my course content. And who are interested, please be registered and please be do the payment, and will be continued by tomorrow. Tomorrow onwards, we're going to be start our regular classes and get the new meeting link and join from tomorrow. That's it, guys, please, for today. We will be continue from tomorrow. Do you have any questions? Please ask me one by one in the chat box. So Ashish, I explained very clearly in the beginning. Okay, yesterday also explained, today also explain again. So nothing. So totally how many stages CI/CD? From dev environment, integration, testing, release. This whole process which you are calling as what? CD, continuous integration and making working software and continuous delivery. These are all the stages. How exactly we are going to be implementing, we're going to be discussing in a CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD pipeline. It will take to understand to implement the CI/CD pipeline. We're going to be spending more than 1 month of time. Got it, Ashish? Yeah. Yeah, it is a full. That's what AWS itself we're gonna be discussing more than 2 months. Yeah. Yeah, you after completion of AWS, you can able to do AWS certification. Solution architect, you can able to do that. Yes, true. Do you have any other questions, please, all of you? Do you have any other questions? Yes, solution architect, yes. Hmm. So that's it, guys, please. So we'll be continue by tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be starts with what? Our regular classes. You can get if you are done the registration, our admin will send you. Don't worry. Our admin will follow up with you. Don't worry.